I just got off the phone with Doc, and we agreed to a 5-year contract extension.
Why
so we're excited.
Years? Well, why did he want to commit to be here?
I don't know. We have to ask him that. We wanted him for 5 years, and he wants to stay for 5 years.
What does it mean for a franchise to have a coach like Doc around for the long term, for a long period of time?
Well, I think Doc is the best coach in the league, so I think it's great for us to have him around.
At one point it didn't sound like he was interested in a team that at some point would have to get young again and maybe rebuild.
Right.
Does that change it?
Well, I don't think that. I think that's an assumption more than statements by Doc. I mean, coaching is hard. First of all, if you talk to a coach in February, he might have different views than he does at the end of a season. So I think that Doc knows that he knows the circumstances of our team as well as anybody, the players, the ages, the contracts. He gets it all. So he knows, but he wants to be part of this franchise, and he wants to be working with us. We have a great relationship with owners, management, and coaching, and that I think is unique, and I think it's hard to find in our business, and I think he appreciates that, and would prefer to stay regardless of where we are on the ability to win a championship.
How important, Danny, is that relationship when you look at just you guys being able to come to terms on a long-term deal?
I think relationships are very important. Yeah. If relationships weren't strong, and the pressures and the adversity that you face through the course of a season, and for Doc to be around as long as he has with us, I think the relationship would have ended a long time ago.
What did you see in Doc, Danny, during those dark years where the team wasn't winning obviously as much as you or Doc would have wanted, that made you stick with him and just run the course with him?
I saw determination. I saw hard work, persistence. He's a great leader in the face of adversity. There's nobody I'd rather have on my side than Doc.
Were you ever concerned that he might leave?
Sure. Yeah, there's been times over the last couple of years I was concerned that he might leave, and I would have understood if he left. But we're glad that he's not leaving.
What do you think was the determining factor for why he did?
Don't know.
What was the outreach like from the team towards him? I know that you guys had left the door open for him when he decided he wanted to come back. I mean, did ownership get involved? Who approached him about this?
About this contract extension?
Or about him coming back? I mean, he seemed like he was so up in the air about this.
Well, ownership and I have always wanted Doc back, and so we had last year when Doc was sort of contemplating whether he wanted to stay or not. I think those were more just family issues, and had to resolve some things in his own mind and with family, and so by the time we tried to do a contract extension then, but we were just not on the same page, and we were in more of a rush, and we just wanted to, he just wanted to come back this year and see how it was going to be, and so we just did a 1-year contract. And then this year was different. We've been talking since training camp periodically. He didn't really want to be distracted early in the year. He wanted time, and I left him alone, and then it picked up or about midway through the season we had another conversation, and no pressure, but just conversation, and then but Doc has always known that we wanted him, and that offer was on the table, and I would say that early in the playoffs, or as the playoffs were starting, we started that conversation again, and he understood, and that it was sort of important for me to know what he wanted to do, and because it's a long process, and there's a lot of things going on this summer, and so he spent time with his family and made that decision a little earlier this time around.
But what do you